Hello beautiful people and welcome. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a topic I titled Waiting Upon the Lord. Waiting upon the Lord. Despite the level of technological advancements that has taken place in the human race, we can all agree that there are still a lot of things which man cannot control, and one of them is time. Whether we like it or not, time waits for no one, and if you decide to spend the whole day without doing anything, the day will still come and go with or without your effort. And this is why a lot of people want to make the best use of the time they have. Some time ago, I was caught up in a traffic, but when we got to the main point that was causing the traffic, I discovered that what was causing the traffic was not even a big issue. But because of the impatience of drivers, it quickly escalated into a major traffic jam. And this lasted for a couple of minutes. This got me wondering, why are people so impatient? Why can't they just wait for the car in question to park very well instead of trying to go around him, thereby blocking the people coming from the opposite direction? As I pondered on these questions, an answer came to my mind. Because everyone knows that time waits for no one, the smallest delay makes them feel like they are losing out and will not meet up with their daily activities. So, no one wants to waste their time, and the fact that no one actually knows the amount of time they have here on earth, it makes the matter even worse. So you can imagine how a person feels whenever they have to wait for something important, especially something that is beyond their control. There is a very popular story in the Bible that is recorded in Genesis chapter 37 about a young man named Joseph. His father loved him so much and his brothers hated him because of that. Joseph was 17 years old when he had a dream, and innocently he went to tell his brothers about his dream. "Listen to this dream of mine," he said. "We were gathering sheaves of grain out in the field. Then suddenly my sheaf rose up and stood upright, and then your sheaves gathered together around it and bowed down to it." His brother said to him, "Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?" And then they hated him even more because of his dream. The hatred was so much that they ended up selling him into slavery to the Midianites, who in turn sold him to Potiphar in Egypt. While in Potiphar's house, the Lord was with Joseph, and he prospered and was successful in everything he did, to the point that Potiphar had to put him in charge of his household, and he placed everything he owned under Joseph's care. Now, Joseph was well built and handsome, and after a while his master's wife took notice of him and started inviting him to her bed. Joseph refused, but his refusal made the master's wife very angry that she ended up accusing him of trying to rape her. Joseph was sent to prison because of this accusation, and while in the prison, the Lord was still with him and granted him favor in the eyes of the prison wardens. Sometime later, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt offended their master, and they were sent to the prison. After they had been in custody for some time, the two men had a dream that same night, and each dream had its own meaning. Joseph interpreted those dreams for them, and it ended up happening exactly the same way Joseph interpreted it. When 2 full years has passed, Pharaoh had a dream and no one could interpret it. Then the cupbearer remembered Joseph and how he interpreted his own dream for him. So he told the Pharaoh, that is the king of Egypt, about Joseph and his abilities. Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and at the end, Joseph was able to interpret the king's dream. Being impressed by this, the king said to Joseph, "Since God has made all this known to you, there is no one so discerning and wise as you. You shall be in charge of my palace, and all my people shall submit to your orders. Only in respect of the throne will I be greater than you. Joseph was exalted even higher than Potiphar, and at the end of the day, his brothers still came back and bowed to him. If this story doesn't teach one about the act of waiting, I wonder what will. That at 17 years, Joseph had a dream, and he went through a lot to a point that even himself started doubting that dream, because the dream never said anything about going to prison or being sold into slavery. The Bible said that while he was in prison, the Lord was with him. How can God be with him? Surely that cannot be God. If that was God, was he not seeing how he was suffering for something he did not do? And he kept quiet for years. And the fact that he helped even the cupbearer, and he still forgot him for another extra 2 years. So you can imagine how long Joseph was in that prison. I would like you to put yourself in Joseph's shoes and imagine how he would have felt the day he was brought out of prison, waking up to do his prison duties, only to hear that you are being called by the king. How terrifying that may seem. But that day was the day his life changed for the better. I am sure you believe that God is not aware of this your situation, because if he was, he wouldn't have allowed you to be suffering this much. Your life has been filled with so much struggle, a lot of financial struggle, health struggle, emotional struggle, work struggle, to a point that you feel that this is not what God has planned for you at all. But have you stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, like Joseph, that all this your struggle are part of your success story? Isaiah 40 verse 31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Your life now may not be the reflection of the dream God has showed you about yourself. Give it time. Job 14 verse 14 says, "If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time, I will wait until my change come." No one said it was going to be easy, for we all know that the act of waiting alone is very hard. But God is using that period to prune you into an image that is worthy of his glory. Though it may tarry, be rest assured that one day everything will turn around for your good. The question now is, what do you do while you are waiting? This is going to be our next topic, so do well to join us to find out what you are supposed to do while you are waiting on God. If you made it to the end of this video, kindly like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching and have a blessed day. Bye.